and welcome to the classroom, I guess. I'm the model student, and this is the model student channel, and this is the channel for model students. I just thought maybe I'd take a chance to kind of maybe talk about the channel and why I started the channel and the goals, and sort of the reason for me being here. So, I guess it would have been about in 2020. I guess it would have been about 5 years ago. I ended up in a forced retirement sort of situation, and after a couple months, 3 months of doing jobs around the house that you want to get to and little projects, fixing this up and fixing that up, you start to get a little listless, and I was starting to really try to, conjure up something to do with my time. I thought, gee, I've watched every movie, and caught up with every TV program that might have interested me when I was too busy to watch them, and thought, jeepers, I don't want to get stuck here just watching TV. I don't want to be bored. What am I going to do? And it was completely by chance that while I was in the middle of, I think, painting the kitchen and taking a lunch break, I happened to be on autoplay on YouTube, and up came Flory Models. And I must have walked in the middle of an episode where he was working on, I think, a cockpit for a plane. And, as I sat there just idly sort of watching, digesting the content with my lunch, it began to sort of register what it was that was going on in front of me here. And I was watching him, and I thought, what's he doing there? And then, I started to see, oh, it's a plastic model. It's a model. Okay. All right. Jeepers, plastic models. I hadn't thought of plastic models for, I don't know, ever. Like I think I've told before on this channel, I built a couple when I was young, to limited, if no degree of success, with no degree of success, and I just wasn't something that I really got into. The opportunity was there, but I think music opened up to me early when I was young, around 12, 13. And that really sort of captured my interest, the rock star and making music and jamming out with friends and playing parties and school events and stuff like that. It started to take up most of, if not all of my spare time, and full time for a while in my early 20s when I was a full time musician. But I still play, and I was still playing at the time, and I thought, well, I'd get back into music, but music, you have to have other people. I play drums, so right? That's a bit of a thing for neighbors and stuff. So, I thought, yeah, I can play and I can do that with other people, but I need something that could really interest me on my own. And lo and behold, there it was. And as I watched Phil build this model and paint and stuff, I started to watch more episodes over the course of the following few days. And it just so happened that it was maybe a week or so later, I was out doing errands and happened to have to go into a dollar store. And I went into the dollar store. I went to get poop bags for the dog and probably kitty treats for the kitties. And as I came up a random aisle, it turned out that aisle was a toy aisle. And I don't think the dollar store has ever stocked models before, and I certainly know that they haven't stocked them since because I've looked. But they had a couple Lindbergh models, just real basic, your entry level kid type model, very very primitive. But they had some, and I had a jet plane and they had a helicopter, and that's what started it. I picked up the helicopter model. I picked up some dollar store craft paints, and I just sort of watched what he was doing. I got myself some cheap brushes. I got everything at the dollar store is what started me. I got the cutting mat, the knife, everything started me. I think the model was $4. The rest of the stuff might have been $8. So I think for a total of $12 or $15, I think I was out the door with what I needed to build a model. And I built it. I built it that day. And I still have it. I should have brought it out to maybe show for this, but I think I'll do a little episode where we cover, the progression of model building for a model builder like me, who started basically from scratch. But I put that helicopter together, and I really enjoyed it. And That was it. I was bit by the bug. And I can't express enough on this channel from someone like me who wasn't really a hobby person for most of my adult life, that now entering into my later phase of life, I'm 59 this year, um, to discover something fresh and brand new that you could really get into, and there's it's an endless cycle of learning. I mean, you just, you learn some basic skills, and then those skills grow into other skills, and you start to branch out into maybe getting into an airbrush, or moving into resin or other types of materials, and working with flocking, maybe if you're into cars you want to do the carpet, or into weathering if you're doing models like me, like scale models, and you want to get more into panel lining and weathering after you've painted your model, and you're like, oh wow, I painted it, it didn't, I got that far, how much farther can I take it? And to the person who's just putting a model together, and maybe putting some paint on it, and that's perfect, because I'm like that. I don't take models to the nth degree. I'm not, I mean, I have builds that aren't completed, but what I usually do complete my models, but I complete them, to a level where I've put maybe 80-90% of the parts on. There might be some parts that belong on there. I don't know where, I don't know whether or not I notice them being there or not. So I don't think it's really the end, or the end goal, or the end result that is really most important. I really do believe that with this hobby, and I'm sure with all hobbies, it's the journey and the experience that really make it legitimately satisfying. And I think it's a very wholesome thing. I think it's a very positive thing in someone's life. And I really am encouraged at the fact that a lot of younger people are beginning to migrate into the hobby, because I think, like all things, fads, they come and they go, and they're really popular, and things get really big for a while, but then they people get used to them. It sort of wears off, and they're looking for something new. And I think if we, as hobbyers and as people who have a passion for the hobby, really demonstrate the positive things, the benefits of the hobby, and the positive nature of the hobby, I think it really does help bring people in, and I think it expands, the consciousness of the hobby itself. The more people that are coming into the hobby, the more people that are participating, the more interpretations you're going to have of any given model or any given discipline, And I think as more people come in and they start doing these models like anime and like cartoon type paint jobs, and I think that with the advent of Bandai and over the 20-30 years of them really, I think, rewriting the hobby as far as no glue and no paint and articulation and things that sort of bring it into almost the toy realm and the collectible realm, for that sort of side of hobbies where people are into collecting these figures and collecting these collectibles from different franchises. I think they really sort of sparked that sort of interest in the gaming maybe side of the culture, and getting them more interested in the hands-on sort of hobby thing. And as well as now, it's got to be the best time ever. I mean, we have the advent of 3D printing. We have all these new products that we can use that to enhance our models. Like, there's always been photo etch, but now we have the printed 3D decals, and we have the resin pieces, and we have all these options where we can create and expand upon what's existed for the 70, 80 years that modeling has been around for. So this channel here is really for the aspiring modeler, so that we can learn together. It's very rarely will I ever do a tutorial unless I really feel that I've learned something to the point where I'm I've got a good a good handle on it. So I mean, for most part, I'm really just experimenting, trying things for the first time, sharing them with you, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what the results vary, from better to worse, and hoping that we learn all together. And if it's more experienced models that are watching my channel, I hope that they find some levity and find some fun in watching someone make probably all the mistakes that they did 20, 30 years ago. Who knows? So I just thought I wanted to kind of share that personal sort of feelings with you out there, and I wanted to really send out a heartfelt thank you to all of the subscribers that have subscribed to this channel. It really warms the heart when you've taken on something that I've never done before, film editing, knowing and finding out about cameras and light, and then the models themselves, what models are good, what models are not so good, the tools that you need, the glues. I mean, it's just been a never-ending cycle of learning new things. And I really wanted to bring you along for it. I thought it would be really interesting maybe and really good to kind of capture something that I've been learning right from the very beginning. And I think we've been able to kind of sort of been able to do that up till now. And I think now that I've sort of got the disciplines sort of in hand, my rudimentary fundamentals I think in hand, and now that I've got a system for filming and a system for editing that seems to be comfortable and it works for me, and it's fast, it's relatively quick, so that I can build and shoot at the same time and then release a video relatively quickly, whereas before it would take me days and days to edit and put things together. So everything is improving, and I hope that's reflected in the content of the channel, because I really want it to be quality for you out there. I want you to be able to come across this channel like I came across Vory or the Busy Boy Builder or Genesis Models or any of these really, really good modeler channels. But I'd like you to stumble across this channel and feel that there was some value there, or at least some sort of entertainment value to it that you could take away and find some enjoyment from the channel. And hopefully maybe even pick up a tip or two along the way. So anyways, I'm the model student. This is the classroom. This is where we do most of our work. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a tour. I think I'm kind of organized to the point where I could kind of show you what I've got going on here. And we'll do a tour of, I don't know, the tools and the paints, the tools, the supplies that I usually generally use all the time, and my basic little setup that I have here. And then we could take a look through my stash, which has began to grow actually pretty good. I've slowed down a fair bit. I went crazy there the first couple years. I'd say between 2020 and 2023, I probably bought 200 to 250 model kits. So there's a pretty fair stash there. And I've definitely toned down since then. But now I'm more like critical. I'm more reserved in the kits that I do buy. And I find that the kits that I do buy now, a lot of them are more expensive kits, because I'm shooting downrange. I'm like, oh, what will I really want to buy and build in maybe a year or two once I'm to this level. So there's lots of stuff to keep an eye out for coming up in the future on this channel for sure. And we have everything from Gunpla to resin to helicopters to planes to cars, boats, you name it, we've got something. So for you out there, please send me any request. If you want to see me try to build something, if you want to see me try to do some sort of technique or learn some sort of new way of doing something, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely do it. I will do it right away. I will get the comments out. I look at them all the time, and I will definitely pull out what I need to do, and we will get on it within like the next episode or so, depending on what I'm in the middle of. We'll get on it right away. And I'd like the channel to be very interactive that way when possible. So yeah, just a hello and a thought from me and Athena Dog here at the shop. And I just thought I would sort of share that with everybody out there, for anyone who was maybe interested and was maybe curious at what I was up to. And I guess that's about it. Just a little kind of desk side chat. So I'm basically going to wheel around and start working on the build that we're working on right now. And if you're a member of the channel and you're a subscriber, then you're probably following along and catching this next episode. And if not, well, please carry on and click play and join in with us and see what we're up to. Anyways, that's about it. I just wanted to say hi and really send out my appreciation to everyone out there and let everyone know what it is that I aim to do here on this channel. And hopefully you come along for the ride. So until next time, from the Model Student, live, love, laugh, be happy, and we'll see you then. Cheers. Bye.